Welcome to the first episode of Mythbusting Monthly. You may be wondering, what the hell is Mythbusting Monthly? So you probably know by now, but I run a series known as Mythbusting Sea of Thieves, which is where we go out and test your myths you suggest in the community. The only issue with that is I get way too many myths to keep doing these type of videos. So because of that, we're adding a secondary series known as Mythbusting Monthly, which is where we do the exact same you see in those short form videos, but we do a lot more of them, and we make it a long video. Although I say we, despite this being a one-man project, but you get the idea. So that's it. This is the first official episode of Mythbusting Monthly. With that being said, I'm sure you guys know, but if not, if you want a chance to get yourself a Serpent Sale or this current season's Plunder Pass, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below your gamertag with a myth you want me to test, either in this or in my short form. And the reason it needs to be correct spelling is pretty simple. When you suggest the myth, if I use it, I copy and paste your name into a form we have as partners that gets the cosmetics or season pass put into your account. If you don't have the right name, the right account doesn't get the reward. With that being said though, that's all the formalities. I'm really excited to start this series, so leave a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below your myth, and let's go ahead and get in to the first myth. So I suppose I forgot to mention, this is going to be more of a live commentary type thing, which is what I used to love growing up, and those who watch my Twitch streams, or I suppose former Twitch streams, will really enjoy this, because it's more of a real experience. It's just, and it also, well, it's different, but it separates itself from the short series too, which is what I really want. I don't want a clone of the other series. But hey, enough yap. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, the first myth of the video, Heron asks, myth, you can take on the appearance of an NPC with shooting him with a mimic dart. Which is cool. We're going to try that, but I think we're going to do a little bit more than that. We're going to see how many different characters we can turn into, and what we can turn into as a mimic dart. I think it's cool. We should find it out, and that's the point of this whole video. So let's go ahead and find out some new stuff. We're going to start, though, over here with our favorite shipwright, whose name I fully cannot remember. Scarlet, that's it. I knew the name. We're good. Okay, let's try. Okay, this is a great start. This is a wonderful start. So far, no. All right. Nope. All right, this is not going to plan. So. All right. Look, I'm going to be honest. This hasn't really worked so far, but it's not to say it's not going to work in the future. My thought is, if nothing's working on the top level, I'm going to go into the Pirate Legend hideout and see if that will change our result a little bit. And if that doesn't work, I've got one more little area I'm thinking of going, which could be a long shot, but also could be real spot on with the plan. I should probably also mention too, I've just come off the back from quite a few trips through film shoots, and I'm really not too well. I've had a cold for the better part of a week, and we're finally at the end of it, so please excuse the good old snuffleness in my voice. It's I swear it's not permanent. I hope, anyway. All right. Okay, no good. So far, no good. This is not looking great. Nope. Okay. Let's try. Okay, fresh out of luck here. It's not the end of the world, though. We still have a chance somewhere else. All right, onwards and forwards to the next spot. So we're going to jump through some ideas here. We're going to go to a skeleton fort, see what we can get there. Then we're going to try and head to a sea fort and see what we can get there. And that would probably be the point of this myth, I feel, because it's just an extra layer, right? It's just an uncommon extra layer. You could make some cool plays with these features, and it's just cool to see what we can do with it. All right. Well, this is a good start. So it seems skeletons are absolutely viable, but we knew this would be possible. Let's go ahead and move on to the good good old sea fortresses. See if we can get over there. I don't think this works for phantoms, which is very interesting. I'm getting like 2 frames per second here, which is a bit of a worry. I'd like to blame my computer. I really would, but I feel like when everything works, except for this game, I don't think I can blame my computer. Right, that didn't work. So, never fear. We got one more, albeit very, very stupid thought that could work. We're just going to scuttle ship because it's just the easiest way. So, we're in the new server, and I've gotten to a place I wanted to go to. This is probably the wackiest idea of all of them, but look, it's myth busting, and we're gonna test some new shit to see if it works. And one of those things in question is see if we can turn into a mermaid statue. Look, this could be a stupid idea. We could find something new. I don't know. The answer is no. We cannot. That was absolutely a stupid idea, but at least we've left no stones unturned. That didn't work. We got one last thing on our list, and that's a sunken treasury. I think once we've done this, we have covered every single PvP that I want to test, that I could think of. If there's... did I say PvP or PvE? I can't remember. Okay, so we've got a few of them on us now. Let's go ahead and give this a test. See what happens. I don't know. I'm not too optimistic this will work, but... I missed that one? Look, it seems that doesn't work, but, hey, look, we tried anyway. There's one more thing I want to test while we're in here. We'll see whether or not this is justified or meritable. Let's find out. No, we cannot. But I feel like there was some good lessons learned here. I feel like, we didn't exactly come out of this wasting time. We got a lockdown specifically on what we can test and what we can't do. But yeah, that's it. So to answer your myth, Heron, when it comes to NPCs you can turn into skeletons, you can turn into pirate lords, you can turn into other people. But unfortunately, you cannot turn into ocean crawlers, NPCs at outposts, or mermaids. But hey, cool myth. Thank you so much for suggesting it, and let's get on to the next one. So I just rewatched that recording before jumping onto this one, which thank God I did. The audio levels were not great there, but we've now fixed that up. Teething issues, it won't happen again. Anyway, let's jump on to the next myth. Calvin asks, who I believe has asked a myth once or twice before in the past, you can fish pondies in the river if you're in the Captain's of the Damned Tool Tail while following Jack through the town. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I want to test with pondies here, but I think the best way we can do this is just to kick off and go straight into trying your myth originally, and then trying some other stuff I want to showcase. Or maybe not trying, because I know the answer. Ooh. Look, videos. Can't make other stuff here. Trying some other stuff that I know works. This, I think, will be pretty interesting. So, Captains of the Damned, start Tool Tail. Let's do it. I really don't go back to Tool Tales after completing them for the first time. I don't know. Do you guys? Let me know down in the comment section. Do you I don't know. I don't play Tool Tales again. Let me know if you guys do. I totally forgot how long it takes to start with Tool Tail, or by start I mean go into this portal after clicking the start button. I swear I had 5 minutes of just dead air content here where I was pointlessly sailing in circles waiting for this to open. At this point, I may as well should have just gone back and listened to that whole dialogue, because it would have been more interesting than what I was doing. Hello? Hello? Look, the answer to your question is yes. You can absolutely fish for pondies inside that river. But I'm not going to spend any time on that. Let's go do something else that involves this myth. Some part of me feels guilty about not actually going into the Tool Tail and doing that, but I've tried 3 times now on 2 different servers to get into that Tool Tail, and it keeps kicking me out. So that is a sign from Rare itself that I'm not going to be doing that. But I've got some useful information to share for this myth as well. So, most of people, I'm pretty sure everyone knows that pondies will spawn in ponds. Well, that's the name, obviously. The key ones that come to mind are Mermaid's Hideaway, at least to me anyway, and Devil's Ridge. They're not the only places, or Big Island's not the only places where you can get pondies in. There's a few other locations too, which, yeah, I guess they're not exploits. They're meant to be in the game, but they're far more effective for farming as opposed to the bigger ponds, because you got to cast so far out and then go through a whole reel in animation, and it's fun, but it's a lot of work, especially when there's ways you can do it quicker. I suppose this probably begs the question, is this now turned into a guide video and less of a myth busting video? I'm gonna let you decide that, but hey, look, we're testing myth still. I think it counts. Ew. I suppose to deep dive and expand a little bit more on your original myth, brother, is talking about some other places where you can fish for pondies. So in the Pirate's Life Tooltale specifically, you can catch fish in the first Pirate's Life Tooltale. You can catch them in the Captains of the Damned, the whole area, really. And of course, it goes without saying, you can also catch them in the Dark Brethren and the Lords of the Sea, but they are the main overworld, so I don't know whether or not that is really useful. Stepping away from the Pirates of the Caribbean Tooltales, you can actually fish for multiple things at the Shores of Gold. I'm not going to go there, given the fact that I'm sure a few of you guys haven't actually gone ahead and done that yet, so I don't want to spoil it, despite the game being like 12 years old at this rate, but yeah, they are the Tooltales you can fish in for pondies and other fish. Go out there and do that if you're so inclined to, or if you're just grinding out the commendations. There is something you can do while you're waiting. Now, the point of where this is turned into a guide and less of a myth is you can go to forts like here, the Crow's Nest Fortress and other places too, that are way quicker. So, despite the depth being either really shallow or really deep, depending on which fort you go to, you're going to find that reeling in is going to be overall quicker in a fort. I don't know why. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's unintentional, but the reel in time is always quicker at a fort. And if you're at somewhere like the Crow's Nest Fortress, you'll find that you'll be able to reel it in one whole take. You won't have to stop for any rod bending or any other stuff like that. But this is probably the worst of the spots. That's why I wanted to show it, so you get a visual idea of what the slowest could possibly be at a fort. I think it's useful information nonetheless, and I think it still ties into your myth, but as you can see, even then, I've done it in one whole wind. I didn't have to wait for 2 winds and 3 winds, which can be in other locations. But yeah, hopefully that answers your myth, and I'm sorry that I couldn't go into the Tooltales and test them for you. Hopefully that gives you some more of an insight into where you can go and fish for pondies and give you an idea if you are looking for those commendations or just looking to test out something cool. That's an awesome myth. So that's it for this video. Nice and easy to kick off. We're going to aim for at least 3 myths in all future videos moving forward, and this is going to be in partnership with the normal shorts. They're going to get uploaded still as frequently as they always do. With that being said, I'm going to mention it one more time. If you do want a chance at winning yourself a Serpent Sail or this current season's Plunder Pass, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your myth with your gamer tag attached. Good luck out there, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.